Hello everyone, today is the video for Wednesday, the 15th of February, and today is about how prospecting never gets old. Prospecting will always be there. Prospecting will never get old. Spending time every day prospecting never gets old, but there's some new ideas and new things that you could do to refresh yourself while doing some prospecting. So, kind of like if you ever like to exercise, there's different ways to exercise. You could walk, you could run, you could play basketball, you could work out with weights, you could do CrossFit, you could do Zumba, whatever. There's different ways to do it. Same with prospecting. Same with prospecting. So I'm going to give you some ideas because I talk about prospecting all the time. But I'm going to just throw out some ideas to switch it up and some things that you always got to be think about. So number one, when prospecting, you got to pick what source of people or business, what source do you want to prospect? Do you want to call your sphere of influence? Do you want to network with people, join networking groups? Do you want to make some cold calls? You want to call your for sale by owners and expireds? Do you want to call your past business? Do you want to call people door knock in the neighborhood? What do you want to do? What kind of source are you going to go for? What people are you going to target? What on there? And then you could think of new ways to connect with those people. So, example, your sphere of influence, there's different ways. Do you want to call? Do you want to text? Do you want to stop by their house? Do you want to send them things of value? Do you want to send them mailers? Do you want to send them recipes? Do you want to send them holiday cards? Or do you want to drop off pies for Thanksgiving? There's so many different ways that you could go at it with people, but you got to remember is this: it's got to be consistent. It's got to and it's got to be to the same people. Consistent, like continually doing this to people. You're changing new ways to connect with them, or talk to them, or communicate with them. But you still got to do it consistently. So you can't give up on it. You can't go, okay, I'm gonna call these people, but then for the first year, second year, I'm going to send them some mailers. Third, I'm going to do text. Next, I'm going to do social media. You got to do a combination of all of these things and on a consistent basis for over a long period of time. So secondly, you got to pick things that you're going to consistently do. Can do for a longer period of time. Again, if you decide, well, I'm going to stop by everybody's house today, you don't have to stop by next week or next month, but are you going to stop by again next year? They're going to be expecting it. It's kind of like any type of advertisement. If you don't stay in front of them, they're not going to see it. So if you send somebody say a holiday pie, someone in your database, this last Thanksgiving, and you never do it ever again, 5 years from now, unless you're calling them, texting them, knocking on their door, connecting with social media, doing all different other things to connect, they're not gonna go, hey, I remember that one realtor, the last time we heard from him or her was that pie they sent us 5 years ago. It's not going to work with prospecting over. You'll spend more time and money on that. So you got to consider the source of who you're going for, what type of business you're going for. Two, how consistent are you going to be with it, and what type of systems you want to put in place to connect with them. And third is how much time are you going to be putting into it daily. This is kind of a daily thing. When you have a job, you do this is daily. You have a job, you go to a 9-to-5 job at a place of business. Most people's those 9-to-5 jobs, you have certain things that you have to do every day. What are those jobs? You as a realtor, your job every day, part of the day, is prospecting. Prospecting is part of your day. Basically, the way I look at it is, if you had a store, like say something that sold stuff, and you decided, today, I'm just going to help the customers that I have that today. If the ones I know that I have, these are agents. Example, you have buyers and sellers right now, and you spend the whole day just working with your buyers and sellers that you know you have going on actively right now. That's kind of like the day before. Every time you open up your store, you only handle the customers that you know are going to show up. So like kind of like by appointment only, and you don't have the door open for new customers. It's locked. You don't even know if they show up. You just have, I'm going to work on the buyer I have today, the seller I have today, and I'm not going to prospect for anybody new. That's like shutting the door, not letting new customers in, because you have to be proactive to find those new customers. You got to make those calls. So you have to open up those doors, accept new customers. Again, yes, are you going to take calls? But I'm not talking about that. In real estate, the more proactive you are, the more customers you're going to have. If you get the people calling you on random because someone referred you, that's great. That means that you're doing a great job and doing good customer service, and people like you so much they're just throwing business your way. That's awesome. Like by referral. But go ask for those referrals and prospect and find those people. You'll get way more business than anybody just sitting back and waiting for it to happen. So hopefully that made some sense about prospecting, finding new people to go after. I'm going to go after some for-bit sale by owners or expired. So I'm going to go after, I'm going to farm an area, a network. I'm going to call my sphere of influence. I'm going to go, what avenue are you going to go with? What different ways are you going to connect with them? What are you going to do consistently? And how much time are you going to spend on that daily? You got to be thinking about these things often. If you want to change up your prospecting game a little bit, but consistency will always beat out content. Sometimes agents are spending way a lot of time like some elaborate plan, like I'm going to have this nice, fancy, customized ornament or piece of this, and spend a lot of time on customizing of what they're going to do to give or connect with, or thing of value they're going to give these prospects while they're prospecting, and spend little time doing it and not reaching out to enough people. But doing it in consistency and reaching out to the most people will always be better than holding back and only reaching out to a few and spending more time getting ready than doing. Hopefully that connected those two kind of thoughts together there. But remember, reach out to me, call, text, email me anytime. I'm happy to put you on my schedule and help you out with prospecting, because it can be refreshed. It can make you feel good, better than doing the exact same thing to the exact same people day after day, year after year. So have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.